Okay, we are recording. We are live on TV. Okay, can you see my screen? Yes? Okay, so I'm just showing you our course outline, no? As I told you, I think yesterday, that we will take time in our discussion on verbs. So if we need to move some stuff, deadlines, quizzes, etc., we will do so. So your quiz, we are on week 6, yeah? Or we are at the end of week 6, so we're here. So you will not have a quiz on Tuesday yet because your quiz number 3 is supposed to be about the rest of the tenses. Perfect tense, progressive tense, and perfect progressive tenses. Okay? So you will have that quiz once we've discussed all the rest of the tenses. So I think maybe by Friday next week, we should be ready for your third quiz. Okay? So no quiz on Tuesday, will be on Friday. Okay. Any questions so far? So let us continue with our exercise from yesterday. We are still getting used to or letting ourselves be more saturated with the perfect tenses. But this exercise is just, you have to decide, do you use the simple past or the present perfect? Then we'll have another exercise that combines several other tenses. So we've done this, yeah, up to number 3. Now, so you need your scratch papers. You can still take a look at your syllabus as needed, no? So try to fill in the blanks for numbers 4 to 8. Can you see it clearly, or should I make it bigger? Fine, it's fine. Like that, okay. So I'll give you maybe a minute or 2 to answer these. Take note of the context, look for your clues, and you only have 2 choices, either simple past or present, what is it? Present perfect. If you need to take a look at your irregular verbs table, please do so. Yeah. Are you done with at least up to number 6? Yes, yeah, Ezekiel, I'm gonna go down to show you the rest of the numbers. So I hope you're done with the, up to number 6. Okay, Joshua, we'll come back. So just continue doing 7 to 11. Again, look for context clues. Your choices are only two tenses. Simple present, simple past, and perfect present. Are you done up to number 9? Not yet. Is everybody done up to number 9 at this point? Not yet. 7. Number 8. Okay, I'll move down for number 12, 13. There's more. Are you done up to number 10? Not yet. I'll move up one number, 9 I am covering number 9 now. Okay. Done? Everybody done with number 10? And oh, okay. That won't help because number 15 goes to the next page. So you won't see that. Don't answer number 15 yet because you can't see the whole context until you see the whole thing. But is everybody done with number 11? That's a long one. That's a long one. Eleven is done. Oops. And 12 also. Can I? No. If I make this a bit smaller, will you still be able? Is that still visible? Yeah. Okay, that's it. Number 15 in that is the last. Whew. Okay, I will just give the class 2 more minutes, and then I'll quickly show number 6, and then we will discuss. One minute. Hang on a minute. Two, one. Okay, 2 minutes is done. Number 6, quickly, just 10 seconds maybe. Okay, let me pull up the answers and we will discuss now why that is the answer. Simple past, present perfect. So we've already discussed yesterday, no? 1 to 3. Yeah? Simple, and your choices again. Simple past, present perfect. Number 4. Why did we say has written? Okay? Your context clue. Well, it's an achievement. Yeah? And, hang on. Your context clue. In the last year. Yeah? It did not say last year. It said sometime in the last year. Okay, so it's not a definite point in the past. It just happened sometime in the past. Yeah? So that's a clue to use. Oh, sorry. That's a clue to use the present perfect. Number 5. It because it says in the last year, so it's better to use the present perfect because it's not a definite point in the past. So he wrote 10 creative short stories last year. But if it's in the last year, you don't know specifically when last year. So that's one distinction between the simple past and the present perfect. I have not had this much fun. So your clue, since. Yeah? And then since was a kid. Haven't had. Yes, that's a contraction, no, of have not had, haven't had. Yeah? Next. Oh. Things have changed a great deal at Coltech Inc. No? When we first started 3 years ago. Yeah? So again, exact point in time in the past. So you only needed the simple past. The company only had or had only, yeah, only had or had only 6 employees. Okay, this is not the perfect past, ha? This is still the simple past. How do we know that? Because there's no other verb. It's just the word have. Yeah? So the word have here is not an auxiliary. That's actually the main verb. So this is still the simple past. It's not the perfect past. Okay? Are you seeing my point? Yeah. Okay. So, because the context is still 3 years ago. Yeah. So 3 years ago, we first started working. 3 years ago, the company had 6 employees. Yeah. Still same context. So past. Simple past. Since then, so you have this. So that's your clue. So in the past, but you don't know exactly when, you just know it started 3 years ago, but from 3 years ago to now, you don't know when that happened. So you use perfect present. Since then, we have expanded to include more than 2,000 full-time workers. Abby, later when we talk about when we go to adverbs, we'll talk about the placement of the word only. Okay? The word only is an adverb. And we will talk about that. Okay? Since then, we have expanded to include more than 2,000 full-time workers. It's acceptable if you said, since then we expanded to include more than 2,000 full-time workers. But technically, no, you should use the perfect present. Next. Okay? Simple past all throughout. I told him to stay on the path while he was hiking. So that was the point in the past while he was hiking. No? But he wandered off into the forest and was bitten by a snake. What do you mean, Danielle? Without the helping verbs? Where?
In sentence 6, things changed a great deal at Coltech Inc. When we first started working here 3 years ago, the company only had 6 employees. Since then, we expanded to include more than 2,000 full-time workers.
that's acceptable, especially the first one here, because you can connect it to the 3 years ago, and 3 years ago is a specific point in time. So for number 6, you can say things changed. But again, with the addition of the have, there's this notion of emphasis. Things have changed. Yeah. And then, but this one, we have expanded, because you have the since then, it's better to use the perfect present. But it's not a mortal sin if you say, since then we expanded to include. But grammar wise, strictly speaking, it's better to use the perfect present. Okay, next. Listen, Donna, I don't care if you missed the bus. Why missed? This morning. Yeah, the context is the morning already passed, has happened already. Okay? You have been. Why? Too many times. Yeah? Again, in your syllabus, one instance when you can use the perfect present is if something has completed several times in the past, you just don't know when. Yeah? So, you have been late to work too many times. You are fired. Number 9. Experience. Right? This is an experience. So again, if an experience in the past, again, if something is an experience in the past, no specific time frame, then you use the perfect present. Some would say, so he never saw the ocean. Yeah? Oh, yeah. Yeah. But strict grammar, if we want to follow strict grammar rules, then this is also a call for perfect present. But if like not just normal conversation, casual conversation, never saw is also commonly used. So he never saw the ocean. But again, I don't know if it's just me, there's a different connotation between the two. Never saw the ocean versus have never seen the ocean. There's a different connotation somehow. Yeah, but they both make sense. They're both acceptable. It's just there's a different sound to it. Next. How sad. Oh, hang on. Okay, this is the perfect past. And this is not included in the choices, yeah? So it's okay. How sad. George has dreamt or dreamt also. It's applicable. Or dreamed. Yeah? Dreamed or dreamt. In your irregular verbs list, Dreamt or dreamed are both acceptable, yeah. So you can say has dreamt because before he died is a long period of time, no? There's no specific point in time, but George dreamt of going to California before he died is also okay, but he didn't make it. He didn't make it to California, ha? He didn't make it to dying. Not he didn't make it to dying. He has never seen the ocean. Again, experience. So if something is an experience, you can use the perfect present.
Ma'am,
Mm-hmm.
isn't he already dead, so he never saw it?
Oh, maybe that's the context, no? Before he died. So we're assuming that he's already dead. So that's why, okay. So that's why now is the present. We're looking back in the past. Yeah? Which means he, yeah, never saw, but it's still okay to say he has never seen. No? So he never saw the ocean. Especially if we're talking about he is dead. Sad George. Again, the meaning kind of changes a bit based on the context. Yeah? So any verb tense, as long as it's written in the right form, could be acceptable depending on the context, depending on what you really want to say, depending on the time frame. Okay? Yeah, that's why it's how sad, because he's already dead. Poor George. Okay? So you can say George dreamt of going to California before he died. But he didn't make it. He never saw the ocean. But it's also okay to say has dreamt, I still want to say had dreamt of going to California before he died, because there's an X and Y here, eh? The dying and the dreaming. That's why I still want to say had, no? But he didn't make it. He has never seen the ocean. But again, since he's already dead, I would want to say he had never seen the ocean. If we're thinking about dying as the other time frame in the past. Okay? Next. See, I told you this is the verb tenses. You really have to have a lot of practice. And there will be exceptions to the rules. In the last 100 years, traveling has become much easier and very comfortable. Why? Again, your context clue, in the last 100 years. You know, it happened in the past, but not specifically what specific point in the past. Okay, and that is one instance when you use the perfect tense. Okay, the perfect present. Something happened in the past, but that the time frame is not a specific point in time. I think has become is like the better choice. Because again, you are emphasizing it. No? In the last 100 years, traveling has become. We can even think of it as an achievement. No? So I would still want to use has become here. In the 19th century, so 19th century, specific point in the past, it took 2 or 3 months to cross North America by covered wagon. So simple past. Yeah. The trip was very rough and often dangerous. Simple past. And then, again, you have this phrase, in the last 150 years. No? So things have changed a great deal in the last 150 years. Say, Joshua, is your question the same as Danielle or, yeah, right, for number 11? Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And you got my answer?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Next, number 12. We have this phrase again, since the last time. Yeah? So from a point in the past up to now, the change happened. You just don't know exactly when. So if in those cases, no specific point in time, just sometime in the past, the simple present can be used or is supposed to be used. Johnny, I can't believe how much you have changed since the last time I saw you. Okay, you have grown at least a foot. Same time frame since the last time. And you can also think of it as an achievement. Yeah?
Ma'am,
Mm-hmm.
would you be able to say, Johnny, I can't believe how much you changed since the last time I saw you. You grew at least a foot.
You grew at least a foot. Could be. Yeah? But it's still better to say you've changed since the last time. No? You have changed since the last time I saw you. And then you can say you grew at least a foot if you are thinking of that specific point in time, the last time. Yeah? So grew or have grown, they're both acceptable. But here, this should still be have changed. Next. Okay. There was, oh, this tree. This tree was planted by the settlers who founded our city over 400 years ago. Okay. You're just simply stating a fact in the past. Was planted by the settlers who founded our city over 400 years ago. Questions? Isn't grew like past progressive? No. Past progressive has the ing, or progressive tenses have the ing at the end. Next. Okay. has never been climbed by anyone. Actually, the whole verb is this one, no? But the exercise did not include the climb in the parentheses anymore. And it's in the passive tense, which we will talk about later. I mean, passive voice. Will never be. That's acceptable, but again, totally different context na, no? This mountain will never be climbed by anyone. Totally different meaning versus has never been climbed, right? Okay? And the exercise only gives you two choices, simple past and present perfect. So if we want to follow the rule or the instructions for the exercise, we cannot accept will never be. Yeah, but grammatically, that's okay. But again, it's a totally different meaning already. Yeah? Okay. Several mountaineers have tried to reach the top, but nobody has ever succeeded. Again, you can use simple past, but because this is talking about an achievement, then you could use the perfect present also to stress the fact that it's an achievement. Yeah? And then, another thing I wanted to stress, no? Why did we use has here? Why not have? What is the subject? Who is the verb referring to?
Plural.
Which one? What's the word that we want to look at?
Nobody.
Yes, which is an indefinite pronoun, which is part of our list of always singular pronouns, right? If you go back in our pronoun lesson in your syllabus, you would see nobody is, the word nobody is a pronoun that is always singular. That's why if you want to use the perfect present tense here, you need to use has. See, I told you, past lessons will come back to haunt you. Right? Okay, so nobody has ever succeeded. Or if you want to use simple past, again, that's acceptable. That's okay. But you lose the emphasis. You lose the fact that you're saying this is an experience. Okay? The climb is extremely difficult and many people have died, if you want to keep the same context or the same tone for this sentence. So again, now here, the subject of the verb is people. So now we're talking about plural. So we use have. Yes? Next. This is the last number for, I experience. So it's correct to use the perfect tense. I have never visited Africa, but again, experience in the past. No specific time indicated. So those are your clues that you can use the present perfect, or it that technically you can use the perfect present. The last time so last time, yeah, specific point in the past. So simple past. Last time I went. to South America. I, still same time frame, last time. So, visited Brazil and Peru. I, still thinking about the same time frame, last time, I spent 2 weeks in the Amazon, hiked. So we have a compound predicate here, right? Spent 2 weeks in Amazon, hiked for a week near Machu Picchu, and flew over the Nazca lines. Okay, so all of these verbs, the time frame is last time. Specific point in the past. So you just use simple past. Yes? All right.
Ma'am,
Yes.
what if this is the sentence able to be I spent
Sorry,
two,
I'm going back there.
I spent 2 weeks in the Amazon hiking for a week near Machu Picchu and flying over the Nazca lines.
That's okay, but then you change the verb into a gerund. Hiking and flying now became nouns instead of verbs. But that's also fine. Yeah? Okay. And that's all the time that we have. That's fine. Like I said, no, exposure. And there will, in a lot of cases, as we've found out, no, there may be several acceptable answers, but there will be changes, slight changes in the meaning. Grammatically, that's fine, no? However, you should know what is it exactly that you want to express. So if you want to choose between different tenses, the point would be, make sure you know why you chose the simple past. Make sure you know why you chose the present perfect. Yeah, because it may not be a grammar issue. It may be more of being exact in your communication. Okay? And maybe it may be just slight difference. So no big deal. Yeah? But we're here to talk about what grammar books say and how to better enhance the way that you communicate using the English language. Yes? Okie dokie. So on Tuesday, more exercises. But I promise we will start with the next set of tenses, the progressive tenses. All right. Whoa, we'll have fun tonight. We have the fun night. Make sure you attend. See you later. Bye.
Ma'am, I had a
Bye-bye,
question.
ma'am.
Yes.
About our, the sentences we're supposed to write using the idioms.
I'm stopping the recording. That's fine. Or no, I'll keep rolling. Yes.
The sentences
Yep.
where we're say, was that already posted or
Oh,
no?
haven't I? Let me check. And if I haven't, I will. Thank you for the reminder. Anything else? Okay. Yes, Precious.
Pag kunwari may quiz po, and then may specific answer, and then yung answer po namin is, parang, pwede siyang maging ibang answer. Will you accept that?
Yeah. I will try to anticipate yung mga other possible answers para ilagay sa answer key. But I still will go back to your answers because sometimes I may not anticipate it, and then upon reading, it still makes sense. So I will consider. Anything else? Alrighty. I will post the I don't think I'll check Google Classroom and post the reading assignment. Bye. See you later. Where is my end meeting? Hang on. I can't see the end the meeting button. Whoops. We're stuck in the room now. Where is the end meeting button? I know. There you are. Bye.